All right, back to the magic of thinking big. Now, we did 2 parts of this chapter yesterday. I don't know if I'll get it all done this morning either because I've got a few things to do. We'll just go until we run out of time. So number 3, broadcast good news. So we've got make your attitudes your allies. Broadcast good news. You and I have been in many situations when someone bursts in and said, I've got good news. Immediately, this person gets 100% attention from everyone present. Good news does more than get attention. Good news pleases people. Good news develops enthusiasm. Good news even promotes good digestion. Just because there are more broadcasters of bad news than there are broadcasters of good news, don't be misled. No one ever won a friend. No one ever made money. No one ever accomplished anything by broadcasting bad news. Transmit good news to your family. Tell them the good that happened today. Recall the amusing, pleasant things you experienced and let the unpleasant things stay buried. Spread good news. It's pointless to pass on the bad. It only makes your family worry, makes them nervous. Bring home some sunlight every day. Ever notice how seldom children complain about the weather? They take hot weather in their stride until the negative news corps educate them to be conscious of unpleasant temperatures. Make it a habit always to speak favorably about the weather, regardless of what the weather actually is. Complaining about the weather makes you more miserable and it spreads misery to others. Broadcast good news about how you feel. Be an I feel great person. Just say I feel great at every possible opportunity and you will feel better. By the same token, tell people I feel awful, just awful, and you will feel worse. How we feel is, in large part, determined by how we think we feel. Remember too, that other people want to be around alive, enthusiastic people. Being around complainers and half-dead people is uncomfortable. Transmit good news to the people you work with. Give them encouragement. Compliment them at every opportunity. Tell them about the positive things the company is doing. Listen to their problems. Be helpful. Encourage people and win their support. Pat them on the back for a job they're doing. Give them hope. Let them know you believe they can succeed, that you have faith in them. Practice relieving worries. Make this little test regularly to keep you on the right track. Whenever you leave a person, ask yourself, does that person honestly feel better because he has talked with me? This self-training device works. Apply it when talking with employees, associates, your family, customers, even with casual acquaintances. A salesman friend is a good news broadcaster. He calls on his customers every month and always makes it a rule to have some good news to pass along. Examples. I met one of your good friends last week. He said to tell you hello. Since I was here last, big things have happened. Over 350,000 new babies were born last month, and more babies means more business for both of us. Usually we think of bank presidents as overly reserved, unemotional people who never really warm up. Not so with one bank president. His favourite way to answer the phone is to say, "Good morning, it's a wonderful world. May I sell you some money?" Improper for a banker? Some might say so. But let me point out that the banker who uses this greeting is Mills Lane Jr., President of the Citizens and Southern Bank, the largest in the entire Southeast. Good news gets good results. Broadcast it. The president of a brush manufacturing company I visited recently had his maxim neatly framed on his desk facing the visitor's chair. "Give me a good word or none at all," I complimented him, giving that I thought the maxim was a clever way to encourage people to be optimistic. He smiled and said, "It's an effective reminder, but from where I sit, this is even more important." He turned the frame around so I could see it from the side of his desk. It said, "Give them a good word or none at all." Broadcasting good news activates you, makes you feel better. Broadcasting good news makes other people feel better too. Grow the "you are important" attitude. This is a fact of paramount significance. Each human being, whether he lives in India or Indianapolis, whether he's ignorant or brilliant, civilized or uncivilized, young or old, has this desire. He wants to feel important. Ponder on that. Everyone, yes, everyone, your neighbor, your wife, your boss, has a natural desire to feel he is somebody. The desire to be important is man's strongest, most compelling, non-biological hunger. Success advertisers know that people crave prestige, distinction, recognition. Headlines that produce sales read like this. For smart young homemakers, persons with distinctive taste, use, you only want the best, be the envy of everyone. For women who want to be envied by women and admired by men. These headlines in effect tell people, buy this product and you'll put yourself in the important class. Satisfying the craving, the hunger to be important, carries you forward to success. It is basic equipment in your success tool chest. Yet, and read this sentence again before you go on, even though displaying the attitude you are important gets results, and even though it costs nothing, few persons use it. A little fill-in is needed here to show why. On the philosophical side, our religions, our laws, our entire culture are based on the belief of the importance of the individual. Suppose, for example, you were flying your own plane and you were forced down in an isolated mountain region. As soon as your accident was known, a large-scale search for you would begin. No one would ask, is that fellow important? Without knowing anything about you except that you're a human being, helicopters, other aircraft and searching parties on foot would begin looking for you. And they would keep on looking for you, spending thousands of dollars in the process until they found you or until not one trace of hope remained. When a little child wanders off into the woods, falls into a well, or gets into some other dangerous predicament, no one is concerned with whether or not the child comes from an important family. Every effort is made to rescue the child because every child is important. It's not too wild a guess that of all living creatures, probably not more than 1 in 10 million is a human being. A person is a biological rarity. He is important in God's scheme of things. Now let's look at the practical side. When most people shift their thinking from philosophical discussions to everyday situations, they tend to forget, unfortunately, their ivory tower concepts of the importance of individuals. Tomorrow, take a look at how people exhibit an attitude that seems to say, you are a nobody, you count for nothing, you mean nothing, absolutely nothing to me. There is a reason why you are unimportant attitude prevails. Most folks look at another person and think, he can't do anything for me, therefore he's not important. But right there is where people make a basic blunder. The other person, regardless of his status or his income, is important to you, and for 2 giant dollars and cents reasons. First, people do more for you when you make them feel important. Years ago in Detroit, I rode a certain bus to work each morning. The driver was an old grump. Dozens, maybe hundreds of times I saw this driver pull away from the curb when a wildly waving, shouting and running passenger was just a second or 2 from the door. Over a period of several months, I saw this driver show special courtesy to only one passenger, and this passenger was shown special courtesy many times. The driver would wait for this passenger. And why? Because this passenger went out of his way to make the driver feel important. Every morning he greeted the driver with a personalized, sincere, "Good morning, sir." Sometimes this passenger would sit near the driver and make little comments like, "You sure have a lot of responsibility. It must take nerves of steel to drive through traffic like this every day. You sure keep this thing on schedule." That passenger made the driver feel important as if he were piloting a 180 passenger jet airliner, and the driver in return showed special courtesy to the passenger. It pays to make little people feel like big people. Today, in thousands of offices all over America, secretaries are helping salesmen make sales or lose sales depending on how the salesman has treated them. Make someone feel important, and he cares about you. And when he cares about you, he does more for you. Customers will buy more for you. Employees will work harder for you. Associates will go out of their way to cooperate with you. Your boss will do more to help you if you will only make these people feel important. It pays to make big people feel even bigger. The big thinker always adds value to people by visualizing them at their best. Because he thinks big about people, he gets the best out of them. Here's the second giant reason for making others feel important. When you help others feel important, you help yourself feel important. One of the elevator operators who carried me up and down for several months had the look of complete unimportance written all over. He was 50-ish, unattractive, and certainly uninspired in her work. Oh, she was, sorry. It was obvious that her longing to be important was completely unfulfilled. She was one of the millions of people who live for months at a time without ever being given a reason to believe that someone notices them or cares about them. One morning, shortly after I became one of her regular uppers and downers, I noticed that she had had her hair done. It was nothing fancy. It was obviously a homemade job, but it had been cut and it did look better. So I said, Mrs. S, note, I learned her name, I do like what you've done with your hair. It looks really fine. She blushed, said, thank you, sir, and nearly missed her next stop. She appreciated the compliment. Next morning, lo and behold, when I stepped into the elevator, I heard, good morning, Dr. Schwartz. Not one time before had I heard this operator address anyone by name. And in the remaining months that I had an office in the building, I never heard anyone called by name except me. I had made the operator feel important. I had sincerely complimented her and called her by name. I had made her feel important. Now she was repaying me by making me feel important. Let's not kid ourselves. People who do not have a deep down feeling for self-importance are slated for mediocrity. Again and again, this point must be driven home. You must feel important to succeed. Helping others to feel important rewards you because it makes you feel important. Try it and see. Here's how to do it. Number 1, practice appreciation. Make it a rule to let others know you appreciate what they do for you. Never, never let anyone feel he is taken for granted. Practice appreciation with a warm, sincere smile. A smile lets others know you notice them and feel kindly towards them. Practice appreciation by letting others know how you depend on them. An earnest Jim, I don't know what we'd do without you type of remark makes people feel necessary, and when they feel necessary, they do increasingly better work. Practice appreciation with honest, personalized compliments. People thrive on compliments. Whether 2 or 29 or 90, a person craves praise. He wants to be assured that he's doing a good job, that he is important. Don't feel that you should hand out praise only for big accomplishments. Compliment people on little things, their appearance, the way they do their routine work, their ideas, their loyal efforts. Praise by writing personal notes complimenting people you know on their achievements. Make a special phone call or a special trip to see them. Don't waste time or mental energy trying to classify people as very important persons, or unimportant persons. Make no exceptions. A person, whether he is a garbage collector or a company vice president, is important to you. Treating someone as second class never gets you first class results. Alright, I'm going to leave that one there. And I will read maybe some this afternoon. It just depends. I do have a few meetings today. Yeah, I could finish this afternoon. Alright, might see you back either today or in the morning. See how we go. Alright, bye-bye. See ya.